Hello family and friends. Last video we went around the property and tapped a bunch of maple trees in hopes of gathering a bunch of maple sap to turn into maple syrup. Well, after a week we ended up with over 50 gallons of maple sap to boil down. So today what we're going to do is we're going to build a cinder block maple sap evaporator. It's a wood burning evaporator with a 3-compartment system where we take and put the raw sap into the first compartment, and as it boils down we put it into a middle compartment that's a little more concentrated, and then from there we take that and put it into a third compartment that's a little more concentrated than that. So we ended up with a really strong, highly concentrated sap that's almost syrup. Once that's done, we bring it into the house, we do a final boil, and if all goes to plan, hopefully it turns into maple syrup. Stay tuned to find out. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is filter out a lot of the larger sediment from the sap so it doesn't go into the boiler. We filtered several times through this process, I think, but for now I'm just using a cheesecloth. I'm just going to pour it right in and then pour it into the All right, everybody, welcome back. It's just after 4 o'clock. I finished up my workday for now, and we've been boiling the sap down all day long. So it's been about 10 hours or so, 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. And before I wrap this up, I just want to show the process that we're using. So what we have here is we have our mostly just pure sap, and what we do is as it boils down, we move it into a little more concentrated, and then after that we put that into a little more concentrated. So you can actually see the color difference. This looks a lot more like maple syrup, where this one has a little bit of a maple syrupy tinge to it, and the pure right here is just clear liquid. This is pretty much pure sap. So at this point, what we're doing is we're just wrapping it up. We boiled down about 50 gallons of sap today, which hopefully will turn into about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of maple syrup. We didn't get through all our sap, but we're going to do another boiling session probably in another week or so. We'll see how it goes. So next stage is going to be us just boiling the 3 pans down to 1. And once it's down to 1 pan, we're going to let it cool just a little. Then we're going to filter it into a bigger pot that we're going to bring inside and boil down inside. And we'll talk about that process when we get there. So we'll see you in a few. Thanks. All right, it's the next day, and just a quick update. We are boiling down the concentrate that we had at the end of the day yesterday. And now we're waiting for the temperature of the soon-to-be syrup to hit 219, which is that magic number where it goes from sand to syrup. Super excited. We're still a long ways away. I think we're at around 216 at this point, so we still got some boiling to do. But let me tell you, it smells amazing in here. I wish the house smelled like this all the time. All right, we're getting a lot closer. It's around 218. It's really sweet tasting. It's bubbling away. We rolled off about, what is that, inch and a half, right? 2 inches. And it's getting close. It's not quite there, but I think at this point we just have to keep doing they call it the spoon test, where you take a spoon in and you drizzle it, and there's a magic moment where all of a sudden it will just start coming off that syrup instead of dripping off like water off sap. So that moment is getting close, and we'll check in as soon as it's there. Very cool, right? All right, so it's off. We already filled 1 mason jar. We're currently doing the last filtering while it's hot. And yeah. So what exactly are you doing now?
Filtering out the last of the impurities. You can see them in the pot, you know, all of this foam and stuff. That's kind of impurities in the sap and in the water, and we're filtering those out. We put it in the mason jars. These are sanitized mason jars while it's still hot, because when we put the lid on, there will be enough heat in there to seal the jars, and that will be your canned maple syrup.
That's good. You can actually see it drizzling down into the jar, so it's definitely syrup at this point. It's hot syrup, so it's drizzling a little quicker now. It's looking super tasty. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll come back in a little bit and see how many, mason jars we filled at the end, right? And hopefully it'll be cool enough for us to have an actual taste test. See you in a minute. All right, so we're all done. This was 50 gallons of sap, and the math turned out to be pretty accurate. We got 5 quarts of, this is almost grade B, but definitely a dark amber maple syrup. We're really excited to try it. What do you think, Holly? Is it good?
Yes.
What does it taste like?
Maple syrup.
And who made it?
Mommy and Daddy.
And Ollie? You helped have the trees, right?
Mm-hmm. I made it too.
Good job.